So I wanted to do the video about having the surgery during 2020 and a time that we're in a crisis with the whole Corona-19. It's a scary time, and as you can see, leaning back, and I'm doing the best that I can to do videos, but it's hard because I don't like to show weakness, and I don't like to show people that I'm in pain or I'm suffering in some kind of way. All right, guys, I'm going to let you all go. And I don't take medication. I don't believe in pain medication unless I necessarily need it. And yeah, I'm in pain, but I'm in constant fear that I'm going to take the medication, and when I'm in the hospital, it's going to be much worse, and I'm going to be addicted to the medication in a way that my body wants more and more and more and more. So I choose not to take medication now, knowing after the surgery I'm going to be in pain for at least 1 to 2 weeks for my body to adapt to the new seizures and the bone, whatever it's called, that too. So I mean, it just takes a while for my body to adapt. I do have allergic reaction towards certain stitches. I have to remember those things when I talk to the nurse on Wednesday. I mean, a person that's very independent and don't ask for help or anything. I had to actually ask my friend to come over here and help me tomorrow, which is really cool. But yeah, this is my hair wet, so I did have my hair up. I do apologize for that. What happened was I had a really terrific fall in March that was sort of strange because I'm pretty great on my feet. I know how to balance very well. Apple laid down. There was no reason for me to fall. It was a really weird fall. So my arm wasn't healing correctly. My shoulder was killing me, and I mean killing me to the point that I was crying at night, even on pain medication, and it was just not healing correctly. Every time I moved my wrist, it hurt. It took about 6 months for that pain to go away with also physical therapy. So we still something was not right. So I finally got a hold of Dr. Spring again, and I said, Doctor, something's not right. I know my body. My back's not normal. Jason Spring is one of the best doctors I've ever had because he goes out of his way and beyond. Like, even like for pain medication, to be honest with you, at 8 today was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I was in nothing but tears. I had to help my mom a couple times with the dryer, and I wanted to basically die. And now I know what they mean when you hit your lumbar, how painful it is. And this is the worst pain I've ever had experienced. There's times when I am crying, and there's no way for me to stop crying. And I don't like to ask for help. I'm a person that likes to do things on my own. I'm very independent. My grandfather made me that way. Hey everyone, I want to finish this video. So this is part 2 of this video, and the thing is that when I had this horrible fall, I didn't realize how bad my back was, because this had nothing to do with my back. This had to do with my shoulder and my wrist, not even my back. So I was in constant pain, like all the time. And so returning into work in July, I had to do fire signatures, and then my one manager followed me and Maria up to help a guest that her eating chips or something. I'm not exactly sure what. I don't recall. I think that it was a bag of chips or something like that. I'm not sure. So he's telling us where to move it, and this is the one that the lady broke down in. We already brought her a new one, so she's already gone, and she's doing her thing. And now it's just like looking at the other coworker and myself, and I'm like, oh my God, we have to move this thing now? We just moved it over here. Why do we have to move it again? This thing's over, I'd say over 1,000 pounds. and then you have two women who are moving this electric scooter, and we moved it, we parked it, and then having a manager tell us to move it where he wants it, which we did, but as I was coming back up on my back, I heard like a pop type of sound, and I looked at the other coworker, and I looked at myself, and I was like, oh no, electric scooter, ECV, broke down, and so we went up there together, eating chips or something. I'm not exactly sure what, I don't remember what recall. I think that it was a bag of chips, Lay's or something like that. I'm not sure. So he's telling us where to move it, and this is the one that the lady broke down in. We already brought her a new one, so she's already gone, and she's doing her thing, and I was just like looking at the other coworker and myself, and I'm like, oh my God, we have to move this thing now? We just moved it over here. Why do we have to move it again? This thing is over, I'd say over 1,000 pounds, and then you have two women who are moving this electric scooter, and we moved it, we parked it, and then having a manager tell us to move it where he wants it, which we did, but as I was coming back up on my back, I heard like a pop type of sound, and I looked at the other coworker, and I looked at myself, and I was like, oh no. Sat in the golf cart. That happened before September. It happened in July, so ever since July, I've been having nothing but this pain. So we'd had x-rays and MRIs and everything done, and paralyze, and that's the disease I have for my spinal, but it has nothing to do with what happened to me. I found out what happened is that my lumbar could only take so much weight and so much lifting, and finally seen a surgeon. I mean, it took a long time to find the right surgeon. I mean, I went through my Dr. Spring first, and then he found a doctor just for spinal, and then he looked at my results, and this is what he said: oh my God, how old are your rods? And I was like, probably older than you, kid, because he only had to be like in his 20s. I'm not kidding you. So he's like, I don't know how to work on your back. I'm not specialized to work with Sherman scoliosis.